Hey, this is indigomusic.com. I'm Rohit, and this is, of course, Founders Frequency. This is where we talk about the entrepreneurial world. We talk about what should one do, what should one not do when they are taking on this journey as an entrepreneur. And joining me, I have two special guests. I've got the charter member from Thai Bangalore. He's the CEO of Derby Foundation, Mr. Sathyanarayana BV. Welcome, Mr. Satya, to Founders Frequency.
Hi Rohit, and hi Dr. Kanika. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks you for this giving me this opportunity.
And yes, of course, Mr. Satya mentioned, we also have Dr. Kanika Sharma with us, who is the founder and CEO of Hapchi. Dr. Kanika, welcome to indigomusic.com.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rohit. And hello, Satya. Glad to be here.
Now, this is where we talk about the journey of an entrepreneur. Now, I want to start off with Mr. Satya. You've been an employee, and then you've worked with the government, and then you're also an entrepreneur, and now you run an non-profit with Dayanand Sagar, institutions called Derby Foundation. Tell me more about what Derby Foundation does, and how did you think about starting this?
The Derby Foundation is as I said, a non-for-profit Section 8 foundation which was incorporated with the vision by our chairman and vice chairman Dr. Sagars to help the students, researchers and faculties on the one side, but also support startups and founders on the other side. So basically the vision and objective was to nurture entrepreneurial mindset among students, bring in that thought leadership among faculties, promote innovation within the brand and across the businesses what they have, mainly in the academic sector. And as a foundation with the support of the host institutions like Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering, which is based out of Kumaraswamy Layout, we also wanted to become the incubator to support startups in their journey, right from idea validation, product development, market access, mentoring, funding, and all those things. And as on date, we are a preferred implementing agency for various central government departments and also the state government here. And we implement almost all the funding schemes and other programs. Right now we run around 10 programs, and we have supported more than 190 startups. We have funded more than 74 startups. We have invested in 32 startups. We got an exit from one of the startup recently, which is a kind of success story for an incubator, because incubator doesn't usually get success stories so fast. So that's the reason. So in a nutshell, open to other questions in future.
Yeah,
later
absolutely.
points.
And speaking about education and speaking about the startup in the ed tech industry, I've got Dr. Kanika with me, who is the CEO and founder of Hapchi. Now, Dr. Kanika, your startup has already impacted 30 plus schools, 18,000 plus students, and 8,000 plus parents, and 4,000 plus educators. Tell me more about what is Hapchi all about, and how did this idea of Hapchi start?
So Hapchi was basically born out of a mother's concern. So I started my child safety journey long back in 2017. I authored my child safety books. It was around, I think my son was 4. He came back from school and spoke just 2 words: good touch and bad touch. And I was just wondering, was that all it was taught, or was that all he could remember? Being a protective mother, just concerned about child safety, I started doing some research and realized there were no age appropriate resources that can actually help a parent to guide through this concern. That led me to author my first child safety book, and that was the beginning of the journey. Post that, I did multiple workshops for students and parents and realized just one workshop is not enough to empower student or parent for life against abuse. So over the period of time, I started doing a lot of research, and then I started off thought of creating a program, and that's when my venture got incubated in I'm Bangalore NSR cell. And that's where my journey began. And I learned all about entrepreneurship. Hapchi was born, and what Hapchi does is it's a child safety and mental wellness organization where we aim to equip children and empower them against the threats of abuse, bullying, online exploitation, dangers of online addiction, adolescent education, mental health issues, and much more. Along with that, we have launched India's first child safety SaaS to empower parents, schools, and children together.
Fantastic. Now, both of you have used the word incubated, right? Incubation. Now, for those who are listening in and don't know about what incubation means, Mr. Satya, could you explain when a company gets incubated, what does it mean?
A stage where the founders or an entity which is incorporated has an idea which is seeded in their mind, and from there, literally as an incubator for a baby, this incubator also takes the idea from the idea generation, idea validation, supporting them with all those basic needs, maybe a very subsidized with all the amenities, so that you don't incur the capex, you don't have your own office space, you don't pay rent so much, you don't pay advances, and you get all those fixtures and incur so much of capex. So unlike that, this is a plug and play office space where you come, take up a one or two seats when you're very small, when you and your co-founder are there, pay up monthly fees, and then you know discover what you need to do, because it's a community where you will also get to meet other founders and then exchange ideas. Also get to lay your hands on some equipments which are like tinkering labs. We may have 3D printers, and we may have prototyping machines like CNC printers, CNC machines, or anything like that. And this is a place where you literally go through that phase where you are very vulnerable. So this is an incubation. This is what incubator means. And very very early stage funding also is possible in an
Okay.
incubator. Maybe 5 to 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs or 20 lakh rupees of fund, which
Hmm.
through different programs can also be accessed through an incubator. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Kanika, tell me about how Hapchi works as a product. Because, of course, the mission is simple. It's complex, but it's very on point. It's child safety. But how does it work as a product?
So see, Hapchi has two components. So we have a complete offline component, which is called our Hap Safe programs, where
Okay.
we have entire K-12 safety curriculum. We collaborate with the schools and we customize these programs based on the school needs, on what they want, which is again age appropriate, and we deliver it through our in-house trainers, all our child safety trainers who are counseling psychologists. They
Okay.
visit school every month, whatever the frequency school wants, maybe monthly once, fortnightly once, and we go and deliver these workshops. Along with this, it's not about delivering workshops. There are a lot of children who approach us and they share their concerns because there are a lot of time, they don't find that safe space. Our trainers become the safe space for them and they disclose and they share their concerns, which we are able to handle at a particular extent. We guide them, we give them certain, tips and how they can work towards it. That helps them empower, and we do a follow up whenever we visit them next month. So that's how our offline work, HapSafe component works.
Okay.
Now, this is our child safety SaaS, which is a Hap Smart.
Yeah.
How works is it caters to the entire key components of a child's education ecosystem. That is the parent, the children, and the schools. Most of the time, what problem schools faces, they want to do parenting workshops, but the turn up is, trust me, I have gone to so many parenting workshops. The turn up literally turns out to be three. Schools are doing their best, but they don't know how to cater to them. So the platform becomes a small space for them where they can just tap into it and they can talk about any concern that the child is learning.
Right.
So child is learning anything in the school, parent are completely unaware because not every child comes back and talks about that, this topic happened in my school. So
Correct.
how would a parent know? And the most of the time, parents are not even equipped or educated enough to talk to their child through this concern. So through this platform, we're trying to bring them, quick parenting tips, quick videos and Snapchats that can actually help them learn about these concepts, what the child is learning, and it empowers them and equips them with the right knowledge to talk to a child through this concern. If a parent want to talk about body safety, it's there. If a parent wants to talk about sex education, it's there. We try to bridge that gap by
Mm.
equipping the parents with the keeping the attention span in the small videos or PDFs or whatever we can do it. So that's one thing we're trying to do. As a school, we do a lot of programs, but are they really impactful? This platform helps them understand that where did we start before the program started and
Mhm.
where we have ended, and how the program has actually impacted the children in real rather than doing. So everything is automated. We do fun assessments, and the child learns through the journey, and every student also gets a personalized report. So when we designed this, it was through interacting with multiple students and understanding the pitfalls and the gaps that is there and how we can do it. And I think, of course, tech is one. Scalability, there are a lot of areas where you can't reach out, where the market is not there, where the educators are not there. So we try to fill these gaps by equipping the schools, the parents, and the children. And going forward, we'll also be equipping the educators as well. So everything needs to work together. If the child's ecosystem doesn't work in alignment with
Yeah.
what we're trying to do, we can't just do it by doing by just educating the children. It has to be whole together. It's like it takes a village to raise a child. The same thing goes for child safety as well.
Absolutely. I think it should be all encompassing when it comes to this, from educators to parents and, of course, the children. I think at the end of the day, it's all about what the customer wants and it's not what you personally want. But yeah, it's been a pleasure talking to the both of you, Dr. Kanika and Satya. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Founders Frequency. All the best with your future endeavors and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much.
It was lovely sharing the platform with Dr. Kanika and you. Thanks a lot. Have a good
Thank you.
day.
Thank you so much. You
Thank you so much.